Dear Evangeline, eventually you'll see him again, and when you do not be fooled by him. Do not be tricked by his charming dimples, his unearthly blue eyes, or the way your stomach might tumble when he calls you little fox. Jack's heart might beat, but it does not feel. If you're tempted to trust him again, remember all that he's done. Do not let yourself forget what Jax is or feel sympathy for him again. Good luck, Evangeline. Go away, Jax. I wrote myself a note so that I'd remember I don't want to see you again.
I understand if you're upset.
Upset? You poisoned him.
I didn't kill him.
Well, you don't earn points for that.
You need to stop holding me to human standards. I am a fate, you know.
That's exactly why I don't want to see you. Since I've met you, only horrible things have been happening.
I'm not going to apologize for what I am. I gave you a dagger in the crypt the other night. Why didn't you stab me, little fox?
Well, that was a mistake. If I ever get a dagger again and I'm alone with you, don't worry. I won't hesitate.
If you really want me out of your life, you'll help me find the stones and open the Valerie Arch. Then you'll never see me again.
As much as I'd like that, I'm never opening this arch for you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe.
And I'm Mary.
And we're Book Buds! And today, Mary is going to discuss The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. We love this author. How was this?
We do love this author, and I loved this book. Really loved it. So if you haven't read the Caraval series, you probably should read the whole series before you read this. And quite honestly, it's one of my favorite series of all time. So read it. It's okay to wait on this if you haven't read that. This is the second book in another series, and the first one was Once Upon a Broken Heart. So this story tells more about Evangeline Fox and Jax, the Prince of Hearts. The first one, I liked it a lot, but I didn't love it. I wasn't like totally head over heels with it. This one, I really loved it.
So you liked it a lot better?
It was really good. Really good. So in this, Evangeline Fox has like an ability to open this arch for Jax, and we don't know what's behind this arch. Something magical, something unknown. She's up in the northern part, which is like an area that's referred to as like the more magical area of this world. And there's all these stories that have been told, but they're never finished. Whenever you try to finish telling the story, your words come out wrong, or if you're trying to write it down on paper, it gets all jumbled.
When you tell the story, you can't finish the ending?
Right, so like the story of Little Fox, she's Evangeline Fox and Jax calls her Little Fox. He's, you know, we have the archer chasing the fox, and you don't really truly know what's the end of the story. And that's one of the things that the author talks about in the first book is, you know, each story can have a wide variety of different endings. And so she echoes that through this story, and Evangeline's thinking, you know, well, my story can have any number of endings, and is my ending going to be with Jax? I hate him, but maybe I kind of like him. Is that going to be my ending, or is my ending going to be with a prince or someone else, right? But just as in the northern lands where you can't get to the end of the story, she's having a hard time making it through her story. Okay.
So do you see more magic in the north in the book?
Yes, you definitely see more magic, because they're looking for these stones that have some magical qualities in them. They're 4 stones, and each of them kind of influence things around them and the people around them. It's pretty cool. One of the stones in particular I really liked, that it just changed the entire experience of where the people were and everything. It was really very interesting. I don't want to give too much away about it though. So the pace of this book was amazing. I just tore right through it. I had no problem. I didn't want to put it down at all. And you're waiting the whole book trying to find, like, are we going to get into this arch? Are we going to open this arch? What's going to happen? Are we going to change a number of stories, a number of curses and things like that have happened? Are we going to have different outcomes for them? And as the story was building and it's getting to the end, I was noticing like I really only had a little bit left to the book, and I was thinking, oh my God, is Stephanie Garber going to wrap it all up like this fast? She better give me all these answers that I need. And there's nothing online about is there going to be a third book or not. I've made a decision. She is writing a third book. Like there's no option. She can't not write this third book. But it hasn't been noted online anywhere that it's happening. But
they love a secret.
Yes, but there was so much happening, and the ending was quite an ending. What she threw at us, talk about stories with different endings and like things getting all muddled. Like, boy, does this one get muddled, and there's some different endings. But at the end, I was like, wow, do I have to accept this as the end of the book and the end of the series? And I had to reread the last couple pages and ask myself, like, is this what she's really doing to us? This is where it has to end. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna accept that.
Oh my
But
gosh.
then like I haven't stopped thinking about it. It's been a couple days since I finished, and I keep going over. There's some unresolved things that I know she wouldn't have put out there if she wasn't gonna address it at some point.
Yeah.
There's 3 major unresolved things for me. There's definitely a third book, right, Stephanie? Right? Has to be.
Has to be. All right, so I have 2 questions.
Okay.
Okay, one, in the last book there was like some vampire stuff going on. Is that a major part of this book?
So it was like weird for us in the first book that it was like plopped in there
Yeah.
for a minute and was like, what? It comes out more as important to the storyline
Okay.
in this book. It makes a lot more sense why she dropped it in that first book.
Okay.
Why, and it's in here in different parts in this book. Yeah.
All right, cool,
Yeah.
cool. And Jax with his deadly kisses, I'm assuming that that's picked up right again in this book.
Well, that is who he is. You remember Evangeline had one last heart on her wrist, like a tattoo of like broken hearts that she had to do 3 kisses
The last
for him.
kiss, right?
Right. So we were wondering when we finished that book, what's that last kiss going to be?
We found out.
I can't answer this for you.
We found out.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Can't answer that.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, awesome book. I love Jax's character and Evangeline, the stance that they go in with each other, that, you know, they want to be together, they don't want to be together, they can't be together. He's just so evil, and she would die if she kisses him. But she definitely vacillates between loving and hating him a lot. It's a good book. I was very engaged.
You're really bringing me back to the last book. Now I want to like move this up on my TBR.
I know. It's a good one. I want to move up the 3rd one on my TBR. Can we get that 3rd one out? Anybody else out there read this one? Are you enjoying the series? Are you dying for the 3rd one like me? Let me know.
If you're enjoying Book Buds, give us a thumbs up
And share us with your friends.
and subscribe to our channel, Book Buds.
I was up all night reading this book. I loved it.
Practice catching it.
I know. I'm like, you're like, can I throw it? And I'm like, are you gonna catch it?
Right. It's gonna end up on the floor.
You could always like just rub it on your shirt and take a bite.
Fuck.
Being too cool with your apple.
Practicing.
You're just always eating apples.
Okay, so I'll take a
So-
bite of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't be talking with my mouth.
No,
full
you
of
really
fucking
can't.
Apple.
You can't.
Stuff like that.
So I'm going to open that arch for you. If I was them, I'd be like, what are those people doing?
What are they doing back there with that apple? Never see me again, bitch. I always gotta be like fucking extra.
I'm never going to open that arch for you. Let me do it again.
Sure.
Now that I bit my apple. I'm never opening this arch for you.
It's a good apple.
Isn't it a good apple? Gala, they're the best. Fresh from the tree.
I mean, there's no cannoli, but. Jax. I wish I had my apple.